Hello everybody, in today's video we will explain how you can develop a web application with different tasks, different forms and different roles in Netgrif low-code platform in less than 30 minutes. So we will have half an hour, and in this time we will both develop and deploy the application and also try whether it works. So I would like to welcome Luboš here. Luboš will actually do the work. I will play a role of a customer who would like to have developed an application using Netgrif low-code platform. The specification will be very simple. I have a small company and I would like to have a web form for my clients, for my customers, that they can fill name, surname, email, phone number. Email should be required because I would like to communicate with those clients. And then there should be a field for a request. So the customer should be able to contact me with their requests. And it would be also nice if there is a possibility to attach a file as an attachment. So this will be a form, and after the form is submitted by my customers, I would like that the employees of my registration desk will register the submitted request and decide whether it is a little bit more complicated request and should go to a legal department, where the legal department should make a statement, or it should go directly to a public relation department, when the employees of public relation department should write a polite answer to my customers. So we have a branch there, a split, where the flow of the work is split into two branches, and then after the statement of the legal department, the branches are actually joining together. So I would like to ask you, Luboš, if you can start.
Yeah, sure.
So as we said, or as you can read on our webpage, so the core of the Netgrif low-code platform are so-called object-centric processes, and those object-centric processes consist of data attributes such as email, surname, etc., as we spoke a little bit earlier. Then we have a life cycle or workflow process of those data attributes, and then this life cycle consists of tasks and states, and these tasks can have associated web forms that can be filled by different users of the system. We will start with a simple task. We will start with a simple task and associate a form to that task. And on that form, we will add these data attributes. First, we will add a name as a simple data attribute of text type. We will also add surname. We will add email. And you can either drag and drop or just click. Yeah, and phone number. Remember that phone number is type text and not number, because it's not a real number.
Yeah.
And now we will have a little bit bigger text area, where will be the text of the request itself. And the last field will be the file field with attachment.
I'll put it into component of preview, okay?
That's very, very good. I appreciate you. Okay, and we can also change or adapt the IDs. So you can just one for sake of simplicity, for example, name will have an ID name. Why do we have different IDs in title? Because we can have multi-language application, and then we would like to have a unique ID and maybe different titles in different languages. Okay, and email should be required.
Okay.
And also text of the request should be required, probably, because we don't want to have a blank request. Perfect. So we have the form, And now we can make a workflow, so the life cycle of these data attributes. So we will start with first task, which will be submission of the request. After it's submitted, so the tasks are rectangles and states are circles. So after it is submitted, it should go to registration desk. After it's registered, it should either go to legal department or it should skip legal department. So now upper branch is to go to legal department, then legal department should make a statement. And if it skip legal department, so these branches should join. And after that, we would like to have a task or task with form for a polite answer of our PR department. And we also would like to have a parallel branch after it is submitted. So where the customer can have a look and see the state or status of submitted request. Okay, now he's using a different type of arc, which is just read arc, so it will not move the process from one state to another state. It will just tell that whether this task might be executed or not. Okay, we can give names to tasks and states or state variables just to make it more intuitive. So at the beginning, we are in an initial state. Then we have a task submission or submit request. Submit request is maybe better. Then it is submitted. So we go to a state submitted. After it's submitted, so we have a task register for the employees of the registration desk. After that it is registered. And then we would like to have two tasks which will be executed by system in accordance with the decision of the registration employees. One will have a legal, one will have a label
To legal
department, another skip legal department. So after it goes to legal department, we would like to have a waiting for legal,
pre-legal
or pre-legal.
It's easier.
Okay, and then it's a statement of the legal department, a task. And after that, it goes to pre-PR, or waiting for the answer, if you want. And okay.
Adjust it a bit.
Okay. And then we have answer. Task when we answer. Just make answer from this. Because client will see
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
got it.
Okay, and then it's the end. And we have the parallel branch, two different variables for submitted. Okay, and this last task will be called status. Okay, now we can simulate it. So we can go to simulation mode and we can actually see whether the flow is as we want. So we can have a simple simulation, like, okay, after it's submitted, it's registered, and based on decision, it either goes to legal or skip legal. If it goes to legal, then there is a statement of the legal, and after that, there is an answer. And all the time, we see the green tasks are those that can be executed at the given moment, at the given state, and the red one are those that either already were executed or are waiting to be executed. Okay, and if we make it a little bit more detailed, this simulation, so we see that tasks might have events like assigning a task to a user, which is now it is assigned to a user, somebody is filling the form, is doing the work, and after that it might be cancelled or it might be finished, and if it's finished, then the token is moved from pre-state variable of the task to so-called post-state variables of this task, and so on. So in this way, we can simulate and see whether the workflow is doing what we want. And now we can continue with the forms associated to tasks. And instead of repeating to submit request and repeating dragging and dropping name, surname, email, etc., we would like to have a reference to the whole form as a subform. So we go here, and instead of just dragging and dropping again and again these data fields, we are creating a new data field, which is actually of type task ref, so reference to another task or to another form if you want. We will change the ID to form reference or form ref, and we will make the initial value form T1. So you already did it. Okay, so in this way, this variable actually point out to the form as a subtask of that task. Okay, so in this way, one may fill the form and submit the form. And after that, we want that at the registration desk, the employees again see the whole form. So we again use this
reference to form.
Reference to form, exactly. But now it is only visible because we don't want that the registration desk employees will change the submitted request. And we also would like to have some Boolean slider there, where the employees decide whether it should go to legal department or not. Okay, perfect. That's all. For the sake of simplicity, this is enough to register the request. And after that, to legal and skip legal will be system tasks, where system will move to next state according to decision of that registration desk employees of this Boolean slider. We will see that later. And now we would like to make a form for statement of the legal department here. We would like to again make a reference to this submitted request, again just visible.
Okay.
And we would also like to have a new data field, a text area where the lawyer should write a statement of the legal department, and it should be required. Once it goes to legal department, the legal department is obliged to fill it, to write a statement there. Okay, that's all. And the answer will be very similar. So we are making form for answer. So again, reference to the submitted request, because the PR employees would like to see the original submitted request. So we will make it again visible. They shouldn't be able to change it. And we would like to see the statement of the legal department, but not always, because sometimes it doesn't go through legal department. Sometimes it is skipping the legal department. So it should be at the very beginning hidden. And we will only make it visible for the people at the PR department when it goes through that branch.
I just will put here a quick note that we need to put it into a component of text area.
Yeah, because actually as a data variable, it is still a text type, but it might be displayed in different ways, like single line text or multiple line text, etc.
Yep.
So it is like saying which component should be used to display this data variable on the screen on this form. Okay, perfect. And we would like to have a new data field, new text area, which is the answer to the customer himself. Just make it answer.
Just answer. Okay.
Yeah. Again, because the client will see it. Okay.
And it should be required.
It should be required, because
it's necessary.
There should not be blank answer to the customer request. Okay, perfect. And last form we need to make is status, where the people will see in which state the request is at the given time. So we would like to have here the simple, just visible text field status, where we will write in which state it is, based on the actions that are executed. And now we would like to have here the reference to the submitted form. Yeah.
Visible again.
Yeah, again, just visible, because once it's submitted, we shouldn't be able to change it.
Yep.
And also the answer. But very similarly with this statement of the legal department, at the very beginning, we would like to make answer, okay, again, you are making it as a component text area. And here we would like to have it hidden at the beginning and only make it visible after the answer is actually written by the PR department.
Some action will execute and we'll make it visible.
So there we will, in the reaction to that event, we will write a piece of code that will change the visibility of this field. Okay, perfect. So we now have a flow, we have data fields, and we have also forms. And now we would like to maybe make roles, different roles. Okay, we are adding actually 4 roles. First is for the employees of the registration desk. So we will call it the registration for sake of simplicity. And then we make the second role, which will be a legal department. Okay, and we will make the third role, which is a PR department. And the last will be system role. Actually, system role is just the name for the role. When we do not give anybody the rights or a membership of the system role, then nobody will see those tasks.
But it's also useful for administrators to see where the application is stuck at the moment.
Perfect. So okay, and now once we made the roles, we would like to attach those roles to different tasks. So first, we will make a form, a system task. So permission will be system, because we don't want that anybody is approaching this form directly, only as a subform in those other tasks. Okay, perfect. And then registration should be made by okay, we can make also to legal and skip legal.
Changing your order.
No problem, no problem. Perfect. System roles for go legal and skip legal tasks. Okay, registration permission to registration task, and actually statement will be filled by legal department, so permission is legal department, and answer by employees of the PR department with this role. Okay, and the question one might ask, why we do not attach roles to submit request and status, because if you go to the general model settings, so you see that we have default role and anonymous role. It actually means that anybody can execute tasks that have no attached role.
Exactly.
So any logged user or any unlocked user. So default users are logged user, and anonymous users are users that are not logged into the system. Okay, perfect. So in that way, we not only created roles, but also attached the permissions.
I also quickly changed the model metadata.
I have seen all the background. You edited the metadata of the model itself, and now we will do. Okay, this was everything just no code. And now we will go to low code. So we will write a very small pieces of code where we will react to events. And as we said, we have assign, finish, and cancel on tasks. So now we will see that at the finish of the submit request task, we would like to change state variable
of the status.
Yeah. Okay. So we should go to edit actions and find event finish, and we can make it pre and post. The difference is whether it is before the token is released to the next state or after the token is released. So we can make it in pre, before the token is released, and say, okay, here we will change the value. So if you don't, if you are not familiar with programming or with the system, you will easily find it using this editor, and you can just click on the data field and choose one. Like now we want to take status, which is actually ID text 7. And as a value, we will give there a simple string, request was submitted, or your request was submitted. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. And instead of going back to this diagram, we can also work with events here. So we will say after the registration, the same thing. At the finish, we would like change text field 7, which means status, to string request was registered. And if it goes to legal, we would like change it to just copy and paste, and making request is waiting for state, is waiting for legal. Just make it short. Waiting for legal, 3 dots. Yeah. If it's skip legal, we should just change it to request is waiting for answer. And you can copy this and also do it after the statement of the legal department.
Exactly.
And remember, we said that if it goes to legal department, we would like to make statement of the legal department visible on the task answer. So we will do it now. So we go to data fields, change behavior, and we will say, okay, make data field statement of the legal department, which means text 5, visible on task or transition answer. And when? Always. So always means
always
just true. Always is just true. Okay, perfect. And the same thing we will do with answer. But if it is answer, we will give here in the finish the same copy and paste. But here we will say below you will find your answer. Why do we do this? Because if we do this, we will also add to make it visible. Yeah, we will add the change of behavior statement. Okay, we'll go here, change behavior, and we will say, okay, make field answer visible on task status always when it's true. Yeah, in this way we actually did all the work with the status. And the last thing we need to do in these actions, reactions to events, is this split after registration, whether it should go to legal or not. And we have seen that we can finish, but we have also assign events. So we will go to finish, but now in post finish, because after the token is released, we would like, you can go to simulation modus to show it. Okay, go to simulation modus. Okay, and after it's submitted, and after the finish, when the token is released,
so in
this state, there should be a if else, and if this slider was true, then it should assign and finish to legal. Otherwise, it should assign and finish skip legal. This is what we will do now in a piece of code. So here in finish, in post state, we will make if else, so basic functions, and we will say, okay, conditions, we will choose one, that one, perfect. And we will say, okay, if data field to legal is true, then we should go here and to go to some async here, and we should assign to legal, so it means T5, and finish T5. Otherwise, we should skip legal. Otherwise, we should assign and finish T4. So, and this, we are done.
Yep.
So actually we are done. Now we can download the generating source code. We can also see it. It's actually XML based code. So you can see the roles, you can see the data fields. You can go to our webpage and see the definition of the language. So it's really readable. And now we can take this generated code and upload it to cloud version of Netgrif low-code platform. So,
Also, the generated source code will be attached to the video.
okay. So anybody can register here. Anybody can try. So just create own account. Now Luboš already did it before we made this video. Now if we go to left menu to processes and we click on this button down below and we open the XML file that we generated in the builder. So we already have uploaded the process and we have running application. And if we go here to public URL and copy the public URL, and if Luboš goes to incognito window, just emulate the customer wanting to submit a request, and go to the web page. So a new instance of a request is created, and Luboš as a customer can field name, surname, etc. And we see that if he is not filling a required data fields and want to finish, so system will not allow it. So he need to put his email and write some text, maybe like, please change my address, and attach a kind of copy of his documents that are confirming that he changed the address. And now he can attach a file, maybe with documents confirming that he changed the address. Like we emulate this with some kind of our
brochure.
Yeah.
Newly, freshly created.
Yeah, then you can read more about Netgrif and low-code platform. And now, if he press the finish button, he actually finished the task, and system was moved to another state. Now he sees the status. He sees that the request was submitted. And if he goes back as an employee, he sees also the status. But if he gives him a role, so if he goes to role management and say, okay, he as a Luboš has a role in this process of a registration desk employee, and go to all cases, he sees in that case, and that created instance of request, if he click there, he sees that he already has accessible task registration, and if he clicks there and assign the task to himself, so he sees the form and can fill the form, and he see there, for example, changing something in contract, and he was actually he had a course as an employee of the registration desk, and he said, okay, whether there is a contract, it should go to legal department, for example. Okay, so he made this slide on and finish. And if now we can see what the customer sees. Customer sees that it already is waiting for legal, so it went the upper branch. And if we go back as an employee and go to role management again, and if Luboš will say that he is also a lawyer in his small company,
and also PR department,
maybe also a PR department to make it shorter. Okay, and if he goes to all cases and open this new case of submitted request, he sees that he has accessible task statement of the legal department because he has the role, and he can actually is obliged to fill. He can see the request, cannot change it, and he is obliged to fill this data field statement of the legal department. Okay. For example, something like this. Not very polite, but enough good for PR people to make a polite answer for that. Okay, and now he sees, because he is working in 3 different roles at the same time, that he has the task answer to execute. He's assigning the task to himself. See the statement of the legal department. It was made visible, yeah, and he's creating a very nice, polite answer for the customer, saying that maybe from a mistake he attached something different, etc., etc., and send it, and finish the task. And once he finished the task, and he can go and see what the customer sees, and customer sees that below you will find your answer, and the data field answer was made visible on this task or form of the task status, and there is the answer wrote by the PR department employee.
Exactly.
Exactly. And now anybody who is going to the web address can create his or her own request and submit it.
We will see like how much time will the video have after the edit, but we did it in 25 minutes during the presentation.
But hopefully we will make it under half an hour.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, guys, if you are more interested, you can go to our webpage or contact us. We will be very happy to tell you much more about our local platform.